when it's free. If you can like, subscribe, share this video, and don't forget that notification bell. Okay, everything that I'm stating is allegedly and also in my opinion and for entertainment purposes. As you can also see, I have a disclaimer for copywriting and fair use. Well, I'm going to be speaking about these three ladies that you see on here. I haven't really given any commentary because I did a video a while ago. I'm going to try to put the link in the description box if for some of you haven't already seen it. Bear with me. I'm so sorry. It's allergies, pollen, and it's kicking my caboose. But what I want to state is I'm quite sure by now you guys have heard all the different rumblings in the streets about Stormy, her mother, Destiny, her candles, Tisha, and you know the whole gamut of things. For me, excuse me, I just been really sitting back because it's like I needed a break because it was a lot. It was a lot. It was a lot of episodes. The reunion was okay, but it wasn't as explosive as I thought it would be. But for me, if the new season, which I think I think it's supposed to come out in April, but I have a better date for you guys. If it's anything like what's going on right now in these Huntsville streets, that means it's going to be the same old thing. And yes, I love Miss Van. I call her Mama Van, the M&M kids, and Melody. And for me, this is not saying, oh, here go. If Melody does something that's out of character or something, I will say something. But for me, the only person that I see that is continuously using the platform, using her Instagram post and everything, is pushing her products and showing the children. And for me, I just don't get what the problem is. I think we know what the problem is, but I want to start with Stormy. Stormy products, from what I can see, because like I said in my other video, I did not know, never heard of Stormy. Never heard of her products, Canvas Beauty. And I really, I try to have my ears to the ground. But I've never heard of her. But once I've heard of her and I did some research to see, if it was something I wanted to use, and a lot of the things in her products I was already using, but I wanted to see. So, I went to Sally's and got my oil and the shampoo and the conditioner. The conditioner, I didn't really use it as much. Because I didn't like how it made my hair feel. This is my own personal opinion. So I never ordered anything from her. I'm just one of those people, certain things, if I order, I'm an Amazon person. I like to order it off Amazon because I'm a Prime member and I know I'm going to get it quick. So within saying that, if you guys remember when this whole debacle happened with Wanda and Melody at the 13,000 re-grand openings at Madani, when Stormy, and I just didn't even go back to look because it's just, I didn't want to. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to keep it 100. I didn't want to go back and look. If you guys can remember, Stormy, her mother was in the back seat and her husband was on the other side in her gold G-Wagon. And they were riding along, and Stormy was on live, and she was like, they can't call me ghetto anymore, or ratchet, or whatever she stated. And her mom was about to spill it. And I'll never forget, all the content creators was like, golly, Stormy, why you going to stop your mom from telling what happened? Because mom was about to go in and tell everything. So I said that to say this. Stormy, if you could stop your mom from giving that information, you could tell your mom, look, I need you to cease it. But like I stated in my other video, the mom feel free to do that because her mother and her allegedly, I feel they have conversations. The same as a woman would have pillow talk with her man or husband. Or vice versa. Stormy mother is not doing anything that Stormy is not saying to her allegedly. Because think about this. If Stormy mother was so ratchet and had all these situations, she would have said something from the beginning. But it seemed like she did not start until Stormy started hanging with the Scotts and hanging with everyone. But as long as Stormy was dealing with Mel, she didn't do any of that. You didn't see anything of my knowledge. I'm saying allegedly. It could have been out there, but I wasn't looking. But for me, it always struck me when Stormy came on the scene, her and Mel, I'll never forget, her and Mel was standing there and they were talking. And Stormy was asking Mel, questions like, well, why they don't like you, this, and this. And I never forget the look on Mel's face because Mel was looking like, well, why? I feel allegedly. And I just, I got the feeling like Mel was like caught off guard because, they have these scenes. And so she did not know what Stormy was going to ask. And I just felt like at that time, for me, if I was in that light, and I can't speak for Stormy, but you have another sister that's there and y'all are she's up and coming and you using this platform and it's her platform that you're on, I would have been walking around my warehouse like, this is how we, everything's put in a box. I would have been showcasing my warehouse and we would have, really, really been showing how we are bosses and how we getting out here getting it. But that wasn't the scene. So that scene always stuck in my head. So for me, I go back to, I'm one of these people, I'll just put that in my little nugget box in my head. I'm like, and I won't say anything. I'll just sit back because, you want to make sure that you're making conscious effort to give out positivity. And sometimes it's not going to always be positive. Sometimes you got to say it how it is. And for me, Stormy, and this is just my opinion, and I've said it in the other video, you fumbled the bag. You are not used to having the funds because you're not old money. Old money, they're used to it. They know how to operate. And the other thing that showed me, and I don't know why everybody is surprised. I'm not surprised because if she wants to argue and she wants to cuss on her platform, or she wants to cuss on her page, supposedly, allegedly, if she wants to use profanity, listen, I told you guys from the beginning, I'm not a holy roller. I'm working on my cussing. I do cuss. But at the same time, if I'm working on myself, I have to think before I speak. Now, if you come at me and you say something and I'm not thinking, you're going to get it. So I'm not this holy roller. I said that before, but I love God and I know what he's done for me and mine and my life. And I know what he does for people all over this world. So nobody can tell me because I say cuss words here and there that I am not blessed by God. But the thing for me, and I take off this content creator hat and I put on my business woman's hat because I'm entrepreneur as well. And you have to always in the front lobe of your brain, in the back of your brain, think and say, I have to always represent my company in the best light. And when I seen you on this live just recently, and I didn't even record it because I felt so bad for her, for Stormy. I wanted to I didn't even watch the whole thing. Is when she was putting, the goat milk on her hair, and she just kept squirting it and squirting it. And you could tell she was nervous, allegedly. This is my opinion. You could tell she was nervous, and she was just squirting and squirting and squirting it. And I think Mama is catching it. I think she's catching it. I said, and I'm going to put this video, what I put out, because I said a lot of this stuff before. If it was me, and I know that I'm not going to be shown in the best light, or not even shown in the best light, if I'm not going to be in the best light, I would leave. I wouldn't even come on. I wouldn't come on, because you got a lot to lose. You have a lot to lose. Destiny didn't have a lot to lose. I mean, the Scotts, they've gotten their, it's not even claim to fame, they received the most money they've ever had doing this, that allegedly that I know of, because, with the exception of Mel, Martell going to Mel and Mel putting them on and everything. But, for me, I just think Stormy was like, she can't help it. That's part of her DNA. I think she can help it, but I don't know if she wants to. The profanity, you never know who's watching you, Stormy. They don't even have to go on Love and Marriage Huntsville to see you, cursing. You're on your live, which is still an extension of your company, because you are marketing your products. So even if it's your own personal live, anytime you're putting or placing your products on your live, you are marketing to them. And that's what you were doing, because you were marketing, showing how the goat milk works, showing the slip in it. You were showing other products that goes along with it. I'm going to give her a little grace on when it comes to her mouth and stuff like that, because if you guys can go back and watch, I don't know. I think it was, like I said, I think it was this week. It was this week. She was doing the goat milk and everything. She was very nervous. She was more nervous than I've ever seen her, allegedly. And, Ree has a heart. I think what she's doing it to herself. She's inflicting different things, not just pain, growing pains and everything on her company. So I don't even think this is a male problem. It's never been a male problem. I think she needs to focus on her company. And I think at this point, there's no money that she's getting from Love and Marriage Huntsville is going to make or break her. She's, she has money. But if you want to keep it that way, I would get off of Love and Marriage Huntsville. This is what I'm saying I would do. And I would clean up my verbiage when I'm doing anything with my products on my live. I would not be on my live, because, listen, you have to know that you are the CEO of a company. There are people out here getting fired for saying and doing certain things on their personal Instagram and things like that. You may not be able to get fired from your own company, but these large companies that you're distributing your products to may say that they don't like the look that they see. And I'm not saying she cannot curse. She can. But all I'm just saying, and I'm going to say this. The problem with all of them, they're too fixated on Mel. They're too fixated on what Mel is doing. And what you have to understand, when God has his hand on someone or something or both, anything that comes towards that will crumble. You cannot not attach yourself to someone and have false pretenses, because God is going to shine that light on you. I'm speaking from experience. I am not saying allegedly. I'm speaking from experience. When someone tries to attach themselves to someone that is blessed and being blessed, and God is walking them through their path, and you come along with ill-guided intentions, you are not going to be able to stay by that person. You're not going to be. Something is going to come in the way. God is going to put something in the way, or God is going to detach you from his child. Because I'm not saying God doesn't love her, but I don't even know if she, thinks of God. I don't know. I don't know if she's Buddhist. I don't know, because when she's doing all that chanting and stuff, I don't know. This is allegedly. I don't know what her faith or denomination, if she has one. All I'm saying is that the people that have came on this cast and had ill-guided feelings for male, ill-guided wants, had other agendas or dislike or malice in their heart. Mel hasn't had to do anything, because by the time Mel realized what was going on, God had already started moving them, bending them, shaking them. And every one of these people, including Stormy, is feeling the effects of it. It does not matter how much money you have. 1, you can't take it with you. 2, it will not get you in the graces of God. And 3, you can't take it with you. All I'm saying to Stormy is that you either need to come out and like you making these public things coming out and going off on allegedly on, different people, and you're cussing them out allegedly. You need to make one statement, and then you need to focus on your business. I would come out and state, if I've talked to my mom and told my mom I'm taking my hands off of it, and even if she doesn't do anything against a child or say anything, just the presence of liking something is giving that you're for it. Allegedly, it's giving that you're for it. And I feel exactly what the other content creators are stating. Like I said, if you go back and listen to some of my videos about relationships, I've had that happen where my child and children were defamed and something bad was done by somebody that I didn't want to deal with anymore. And the only way they knew how to come at me was through my children. That's it. You can't hurt me no other way. Because you try to hurt me through God, God got you. But you try to come through my kids, but God has built up a wall in me that doesn't even hurt me. As long as you don't put your hands on my children, what you say don't hurt me no more. Because when you say that's anything against mine, that's a strike against you. And God got my back all day, every day, around the way, baby. So for me, Stormy can still save her company. This is my opinion. From what I've used, the products are great. I wish I would have done a before and after, but I'm a person that I go based off spirits and auras and vibes, and I cannot. I just can't. I know her hands does not touch it, but you can go in somebody's house. And this is not allegedly. If you allow someone to come in your house and they have a disapproving or evil spirit, that comes into your. Now, if your house is prayed up and you got all your windows and doors prayed up with the blood, with the oil of Jesus, then they're not even going to want to come in your house. I'm telling you, I've had it happen when somebody was close to me. And I ain't going to even sit here and say somebody. I'm going to keep it 100. My biological mother came to my house. Do you know she couldn't come in? Because when she came in, she couldn't sit down. She kept going. And I asked this old Haitian lady lived across from me years ago. I said, why won't she come in? She said, baby, she said she had something on her. and your house is prayed up. I'm trying to talk like she did. But when I tell you that Mel didn't even know that God was working this thing. And by the time she figured it out, because God, I'm telling you, I seen Stormy for who she was. But I didn't know she was that bad. I didn't know she was doing all this chanting and stuff. Because listen, I'm telling you, I like to kind of make my own oils anyway. But I don't mind, helping not just black women, black men and everything, but they got to be right. You got to be right, because I want to bring anything in my house that don't have good spirits behind it. And not to say that, because she's not touching all the products, but it's her. And for me, I'm a person really big on spirits and auras, and be careful about the company you keep and those things. So if anybody feels a way about what I'm saying, I'm sorry. This is what I feel. I love God from mind, body, and soul. I love him with everything inside of me. I love him more than I even love my children. So at the end of the day, that's how it is for me. I want to say that. And for me, Stormy, you got to get ahead of this thing. And I would have thought that even if your mother didn't see, you already seen what happened to Wanda and Letitia with this situation. Don't come after nobody kids. You didn't just yesterday or the last day or two, you had your baby on there. Just as cute as he want to be. I feel the same way about your baby, about the Eminem kids. I feel that way about Knox or Maverick, whatever they want to call him. A child is a child, period. Period. Off limits. Now, mothers, for me, I'm old school. Mothers supposed to be off limit. But when you got the mothers out there, like Wanda and like Stormy, your mother, when you got the mothers that want to put themselves out there, what you gonna do? You gonna cuss everybody out that has an opinion? No, you can't do that. But anyway, Stormy, I digress, girl. Destiny, very short. I don't have too much to say. Destiny, I said it before on the other video. Until you clean up your soul inside, and until you clean up your ways, you're going to just keep trying to start new ventures, start ventures, and nothing's going to work, because God is not going to bless something when you are not right in the inside. And this has nothing to do with Mel. This has all to do with you. Melody has nothing to do with this. I'm talking to you, Destiny. You ain't even have to know Melody. God had you already on your journey. Your relationship with LeBaric, allegedly, was already in trouble. You could see that from the pictures when y'all was getting married. You may not believe it, but people, look, I don't believe in all that psychic stuff. I believe in what the spirit bring me. And when I looked at your pictures, I could just feel the uncomfortableness. And that's the thing too, when I'm watching all of you guys, when I'm watching all of them, I don't know if it's me, but can you see with Stormy, Letitia, Marceau, with Destiny? I haven't seen a lot with Kim and them. I don't know what they got going on. But can you tell, when they're on their Instagrams or when they're trying to roll things out, that it just doesn't come over authentic to me? This is my opinion. It does not come over authentic. But everybody, like I say, I go based off of vibes and feelings. But Letitia, I want to talk to you. And I put that picture specifically because in your mind, you think that you've risen to that status to be Coretta DeVille. Baby, let me tell you something. You got to understand the ways of the world. You have to understand that doesn't make you strong. What makes you strong is when you can love on somebody even if they're not loving on you, even if it's from a distance, baby. Let me tell you something. When you did this little thing that you did with the sororities and stuff, you knew, or whoever told you to do that, because if you'd have did that and not allegedly and not included the sorority, I don't think you would have had the turnout you had. But most sororities are going to come out and help. That's just what it's about. But if you wouldn't have included that, I am destined to believe and declined to believe that turnout wouldn't have been as the big as you thought it would have been. And that's my opinion. Like I say, opinions, everybody have one. I am just waiting to see what's going to roll out in this I don't want to say last, Lord, forgive me, in this next season. And if it's anything from what I'm seeing already in these streets, it's not going to have Reed too much longer, because it's too much stuff going on in the world I can report on or give my commentary on. And, lately I just been a little busy, and I want to apologize to you guys. But, all three of these women, I will never say that they can't change and they can't do better. This has nothing to do with them not liking male. I'm looking at them individually, and I'm looking at what they bring to the table. Stormy is already there. She just got to tweak some things, and she just got to get back to where she was before. Stormy, there is no amount of money worth your company. There's no amount of fame that's worth your company, baby. You did this, so you get out there and you fix it. I don't know if you hear some snoring in the back, people. I'm sorry. I'm not going to redo this. You may hear my husband in the back, and he may be snoring, but I'm not going to redo it. I'm sorry. But, to all three are still at a place where, especially Stormy and Tisha, Destiny, you got to get that inside. You got to reach deep down inside and get some counseling, allegedly, and figure out, why are you so mad at everything and everybody, baby? Because that type of energy, I've been there when my 20s, that type of energy, it takes a lot of energy to be that angry. And once you start thinking positive and doing positive, you're not gonna even want negative people around you. You will see. And I really think that you can find your way to that, but you're gonna have to want to. And until you do that, once again, I'm telling you, you can start any endeavor you want to, but it's not gonna be the way that you want it, because you're starting it with not a clean heart. My opinion. Letitia, you really got to start doing your own thing. Even your husband said it on the reunion stage. He wants you to have your own. You have to. You got to start having your own. You don't need your mom. You don't need Kimmy. You need to be your own woman, and stop worrying about who's calling you, checking up on you ain't heard from. You got children you got to take care of. And based on how Marceau went that Destiny's trip, and I want to check you on that too. You talking about, Mel didn't have no problem with you. Yes, Mel did, and I'm quite sure you've seen it now. She had a problem with y'all coming. But see, the person that she is and the person that she's always been, she give you grace. That knucklehead Martell is the one that invited y'all to something that he was invited to. Didn't pay 1 penny off the ground for. So I wanted to just check you on that, baby. Mel didn't invite you to nothing, but the woman she is and the class she is and all that above, she gave you grace. That's what she gave you. And she still played the little games with y'all. She wasn't phony. She said what she had to say. And, I am so proud. I haven't had a chance to put up anything because like I said, I'm an entrepreneur. I have other things I'm doing, but I am so proud of Sugar Mama. And I'm proud of all the M&M kids. They are special. They are diverse in their own ways. I would love to continue to follow them even after the show because I can see big things with those kids. I can see big things with all of them. Especially if especially if God, Melody, and Mama Van, and Marcus and his husband has anything to do with it. The only thing I could say to these three women, Stormy, Tisha, and Destiny, I'm going to keep you guys in my prayers because there's no reason you guys should be on a show where you're supposed to be using this platform to show your businesses, elevate and make other businesses and just show what you're doing in your life. And you guys have a cloud around you guys. And that's why all of you guys are drawn to each other because you're doing the same thing. You're doing the same thing. When you guys start to venture out and have positivity and stuff. And my biggest thing was Stormy. Stormy wants the fame. And baby, there's no amount of money is worth the fame. And you already have money. That's the problem. But this is Ree. I've said everything I need to say. If you guys did not like this video, share this video, hit that notification bell. Please do that on your way out. I'm 14 subscribers away from hitting 1,000. As soon as I hit 1,000, I want to go on lives, and then I can actually talk to you guys from my phone on live because I can't do lives when I'm on the go because I have to reach those last 14 people. So let's make that happen, guys. Let's make that happen. And I'm waiting to get the official date when Love and Marriage comes out. I want to say it's in April, but let's get, that's what I'm saving all of my commentary for. I want to see all this stuff they doing out here is like, it's ridiculous. It's in poor taste. And it's just the only person I really pay attention to is Melody, what she's doing, how she's rolling out the products with the kids. I love how the kids are, the M&M kids, they are learning entrepreneurship. You'll be surprised what your kids are watching and learning. I did not know my boys were watching me, and they have begun their entrepreneurship and like under my nose, and I didn't even really pay attention. They were like, Mom, we see how hard you work. Well, one of them called me Mom Dukes. Mom Dukes, I see how hard you work. And I am just so proud that, there was no manual to come with teaching them. So I made some boo-boos along the way, but, I asked God to help me and, help me get it right and forgive me. And, at the end of the day, when you look up, all you can ask for is for them to be fine, men and women, and we just teach them the best that we can. Until next time, I love you all. I love you, mind, body, and soul. Peace and soul. Mwah.